Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your trusted guide to health topics that matter. Today we're diving into a subject that's rarely talked about, but can make a huge difference in healthy aging for older men. The surprising benefits of masturbation. This is a judgment-free zone, and I'm so glad you're here to learn. If you find this valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts. But before we go any further, let me ask you something personal. Have you ever woken up feeling like your spark is gone? That deep fatigue that no nap can fix. That quiet frustration when you forget why you walked into a room. That heaviness in your body that makes stairs feel like a mountain. Let me tell you something most people don't say out loud. For many older men, life starts shrinking after 60. Not because you want it to, but because your body starts shutting down piece by piece, and no one warned you. What if I told you that by the time most men hit 70, their testosterone, the very hormone that fuels energy, confidence, strength, and even memory, has dropped so low, it's like running a car on fumes. And worse, many suffer in silence. You start to feel invisible. Disconnected. Less like a man, and more like a shadow of the person you used to be. And here's the terrifying part. This quiet decline is robbing millions of men of their vitality, their clarity, their strength, their joy, years before their time. And the advice you've been given? Take it easy. Rest more. Just accept it. That advice is a trap. But here's the twist, a truth almost no one talks about. There's a natural, scientifically backed way to re-engage your body's own vitality, and it starts with something you've probably never felt comfortable talking about. Yes. I'm talking about masturbation. Not from a place of shame, but from science. Because what if I told you that this taboo subject might actually be one of the most underrated keys to longevity for men over 60? That it can impact everything from your hormone levels, to your sleep, your mood, your prostate health, even your chance of living past 80. And yet, more than 90% of older men have never heard this from their doctor. Not once. Not because it isn't important, but because this conversation makes people uncomfortable. Well, not here. Because this channel, Thriving Age Tip, is where we talk about the hard stuff. And what you're about to discover in the next few minutes might just flip the script on aging forever. So let's break this down. You've just heard something that probably goes against everything you were taught. But now, let's shift into action. If you want to reclaim your energy, sharpen your mind, and yes, even boost your masculinity in a healthy, natural way, these next steps are where you start. Here are the top 5 habits that every man over 60 should be doing if you want to live past 80, and live well. Number 1, prioritize resistance training, not just walking. I know, walking is easy. It feels safe. Doctors recommend it. And yes, it's better than doing nothing. But if walking is your only form of exercise, you're missing the real key. Here's the truth, after 60, your body starts losing muscle faster than it can rebuild. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, and it's not just about getting weaker. Muscle loss is directly linked to higher risks of falls, fractures, insulin resistance, cognitive decline, and yes, even death. The solution? Resistance training. When you lift weights, even light ones, you tell your body, hey, we're not done yet. It triggers muscle growth. It wakes up your metabolism. It boosts testosterone naturally. It improves your balance, blood sugar, and brain function. You don't need to be in a gym. Just 15 to 30 minutes, 3 times a week, using resistance bands or light dumbbells at home, that's enough to signal your body to grow stronger, not weaker. Most men think, I'm too old for that now. But the truth is, you're only too old if you stop trying. And if you've been walking every day, great, now add in some squats, shoulder presses, or band pulls. Your body will thank you. Number 2, eat more protein, yes, more than you think. Let's talk food. A lot of older men tell me, I eat pretty healthy. But when I ask how much protein they're getting, they pause. Here's what most don't realize. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing protein. So that small piece of chicken you used to thrive on in your 40s? It's not cutting it anymore. Without enough protein, your muscles can't rebuild. Your immune system weakens. Your energy dips. And your body starts drawing strength from the wrong places, like your bones and tissues. So what's the fix? Aim for at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For a 75-kilogram man, that's about 90 grams of protein every single day. That might sound like a lot, but spread over 3 meals, it's very doable. Start with breakfast. This is where most men go wrong. A bowl of cereal or toast won't cut it. You need eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a high-quality protein shake to kickstart muscle synthesis in the morning. And don't save it all for dinner. Your body needs steady fuel throughout the day, especially if you're doing resistance training. Bottom line. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders. It's the foundation of aging well. You can't keep what you don't feed. Number 3, practice Zone 2 cardio weekly. Now let's talk about your heart, and not just the emotional kind. I'm talking about the muscle that keeps you alive. And here's something most men don't know, the best way to strengthen it isn't by pushing yourself to the limit. It's actually by staying in the Zone 2 cardio range. Zone 2 is that sweet spot where you're breathing heavier, but you can still hold a conversation. Think brisk walking, easy cycling, or light swimming for about 45 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. Why is this important? Because Zone 2 cardio specifically targets your mitochondria, the tiny engines in your cells that produce energy. As you age, your mitochondria slow down. And when that happens, so do you. Your stamina drops. Your recovery gets worse. Your body tires quicker, even from simple things. But here's the beauty. Zone 2 training has been shown to rejuvenate those mitochondria. It also improves VO2 max, the maximum amount of oxygen your body can use. This number, according to longevity researchers, is one of the strongest predictors of how long, and how well, you'll live. And no, you don't need to run marathons. You just need to move at a pace that challenges you, without breaking you. Think of it as a long, steady fire, not a short burst of flame. And consistency is the real secret. A couple of hours a week is all it takes to train your heart, feed your cells, and add healthy years to your life. Number 4, engage your brain every day. Let's switch gears. Because what good is a strong body if your mind isn't sharp enough to enjoy it? Here's a sobering fact, cognitive decline can begin as early as your 60s, often before we even notice it. Misplacing keys. Struggling to find the right word. Feeling mentally slower than you used to be. And the problem? Most men ignore it, until it's too late. But here's the good news. Your brain is not a fixed machine. It's plastic, meaning it can adapt, grow, and rewire itself when you challenge it the right way. That means every time you learn a new skill, take on a mental challenge, or even engage in a deep conversation, you're literally building new neural pathways. You're not just keeping busy, you're strengthening the very architecture of your brain. So here's the habit. Every single day, do something mentally challenging. Learn a few words in a new language. Try a brain game. Read a book that stretches your thinking. Or pick up a new hobby like playing chess online, woodworking, or learning an instrument. And here's a bonus most people overlook. Do it with others. Social engagement, especially when combined with cognitive activity, doubles the benefit. Conversations, debates, storytelling, even just laughing with friends, these moments aren't just good for the soul. They actually protect your memory and may delay the onset of dementia. So don't isolate. Don't retreat. Engage. Because the mind, like the body, was meant to be used, not stored away. Number 5, the number 1 overlooked habit, deep sleep. Now let's talk about something that might seem passive, but is actually one of the most powerful tools you have to fight aging. Sleep. Not just lying in bed, but real, deep, restorative sleep. And I mean the kind where your body repairs, your brain resets, and you wake up with energy in your tank, not dragging your feet. But here's the reality for many men over 60. You toss. You turn. You wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back asleep. You feel tired, even after what you thought was a full night. And it's not just frustrating, it's dangerous. Chronic poor sleep is directly linked to faster aging. It increases your risk of Alzheimer's, heart disease, diabetes, depression, and even early death. Why? Because during deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, the natural repair signal for muscles, tissues, and even your brain. And it's during sleep that your brain clears out waste, including beta amyloid, the protein linked to Alzheimer's. In short, without deep sleep, your body starts breaking down faster than it can rebuild. And no amount of exercise or nutrition can outwork that. So what can you do? Start with a solid sleep routine. Go to bed before 11 p.m., your body's internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, is primed to restore you during the earlier parts of the night. And here's a rule most people ignore. Turn off screens at least 90 minutes before bed. That blue light from your phone, TV, or tablet tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, blocking the release of melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. Instead, create a wind-down ritual. Dim the lights. Read a physical book. Take a warm shower. Try deep breathing, or even light stretching to calm your nervous system. And if you're still struggling, 2 overlooked tools can help. 1. Magnesium. Many older adults are deficient, and this mineral helps relax your muscles and calm your mind. A simple supplement before bed, or a magnesium-rich food like pumpkin seeds or almonds, can make a big difference. 2. Morning light exposure. Getting 15 to 20 minutes of natural sunlight in the morning helps reset your circadian clock. It tells your body, this is morning. Start the cycle. We'll sleep when it's time. And here's the truth. If you're not sleeping well, nothing else you're doing for your health is working as well as it could be. Deep sleep is when your body does its most important healing work. So treat it like medicine. Because it is. So let's bring it all together for a moment. If you're serious about adding not just years to your life, but life to your years, it starts with the daily habits you choose from this point forward. You don't need to overhaul your whole life overnight. You just need to start with one. Maybe it's picking up a pair of resistance bands and doing a few simple movements today. Maybe it's adding more protein to your breakfast tomorrow morning, and noticing how much better you feel. Maybe it's making that decision to go to bed an hour earlier, without the TV on, and giving your body the deep rest it's been begging for. Or maybe it's as simple as taking a brisk 45-minute walk this weekend, and realizing you can build endurance at any age. These 5 habits aren't just theory. They're the real-life practices of men who are still climbing mountains, running businesses, and playing with their grandkids well into their 80s. And none of them are magic, but all of them work, when you do them consistently. So here's your next step. Pick just one. Commit to it for the next 7 days. That's it. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the right time. Because here's the truth, aging doesn't slow down. But neither do the benefits when you start taking care of yourself with purpose. One decision. One new habit. That's how you start turning back the clock, one day at a time. You know, a lot of people think that once you hit a certain age, your best years are behind you. That life slows down. That your body breaks down. That your choices don't matter anymore. But I'm here to tell you, that is a lie. You have more power than you've been told. More strength, more resilience, more life, than most people ever give you credit for. Your story isn't over, it's evolving. And every single day, you get to decide how that story unfolds. Whether it's a life of quiet decline, or one of renewed purpose, energy, and independence. Which habit surprised you the most today? Was it the impact of deep sleep? The truth about resistance training? Or maybe it was the idea that your brain, your beautiful, capable brain, can keep growing at any age? I'd love to hear from you. Have you seen someone in their 70s or 80s who lives like they're 50? Someone who defies every expectation, not because of luck, but because of the choices they make every day. Or maybe that person is you, and this is your time to shine even brighter. Drop a comment below. Tell us where you're watching from. Share your story. Inspire someone else. This is a community, and your voice matters. And if this message spoke to you, if you felt even one spark of hope or strength, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And tap the bell icon so you never miss another tip from Thriving Age Tip, your trusted source for living strong, sharp, and energized after 60. Because you're not just growing older. You're growing better. And the best part? You're just getting started.